Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem reminds you that open enrollment for healthcare coverage begins November 1st. To find out if you qualify for coverage as low as $0 a month, visit anthem.com/CA. And by user testing, real-time feedback from real customers wherever you work. It all comes down to this in the Pacific Division. 3 teams still alive for 4th place. The Oakland Roots, one of them. They have to win tonight against Sporting Kansas City 2. And tonight's game is presented by American Express, the proud sponsor of Roots Town Biz Tuesday program. To learn more, go to oaklandroots/townbiztuesdays.com. And warm-ups and injury time are brought to you by Muir Orthopedic Specialists, online or in person. Muir Orthopedic Specialists provides specialized, innovative, and compassionate services. What a night this is going to be at Laney College. Alongside Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. Glad to have you with us tonight here on ESPN. Plus, we take a look at the Pacific Division standings brought to you by Puma. It's very simple. Oakland wins. They got a chance to get in. They need help, though, from Orange County. A win for Orange County or a draw against Galaxy with a win for the Roots. And the Roots from 1-8-3 would be in the playoffs, Ricky.
They need this win. You're at home. It's do or die. Playoffs are just right around the corner. You're playing at home. Coach Farrell and the boys are going to come out firing today.
And this is if the playoffs started before these games kick off. You see there upper left, LA Galaxy 2 would be in the postseason over the Roots, but that could all change here in a little bit. And then just so you see what's on the other side of the bracket, what could potentially lie ahead for these Western Conference teams, the Eastern Conference bracket is now set. These are your matchups in the East. So much terrific football to be played all across the league here in USL Championship. And tonight, the Oakland Roots need that win to get themselves in and to help them get that. The captain, Vol Fall, is your East Bay Community Energy player to watch. They need Vol Fall to step up tonight and help them get those 3 points.
4 goals on the year. A huge game is needed from the captain. He's sitting in the middle of the field, so he needs to win that battle. Look for him to dictate tempo, be hard in the tackle, connect the front and back, and you know he needs to have a huge match if the Oakland Roots want to walk out of here with 3 points.
We'll take a look at the starting lineups now for both clubs, beginning with the Oakland Roots. No changes for Jordan Farrell. This has to be the first time we've seen this all year. No changes from Sunday at San Diego.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Look for Fall and Hernandez to be really supportive of Ameriqua. Enriquez had a tremendous game last time. He's going to be a handful on that right flank. And then look for Nane to cover so much ground, him and Fasora as the anchors of Coach Farrell's squad.
And to get into the postseason, again, they need help from elsewhere, but they also have to get a win against Paulo Nagamura's Sporting KC2 squad. They've struggled all season long, but there's plenty of talent out there tonight to play spoiler.
They are young, but they have a lot of talent. Look for the top 3, Musha Galusha, Roberts, and Bunbury. Those 3 need to interchange. They need to be very active, and they ask a lot of questions of this Oakland Roots backline. They're really exciting to watch, and I'm expecting a really good game.
The Oakland Roots need 3 points tonight at home in front of what is supposed to be a record crowd at Laney College. Can they do it? What will happen elsewhere in the Pacific? We're all going to find out together over the next 2 hours right here on ESPN+.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Community. It's not just a place. It's shared experiences and memories. It's feeling like you belong. It's home.
Here is Jack McInerney, still McInerney!
But community is more than where you come from. It's the sum of our collective actions. And if we work together, it's ours for generations. East Bay Community Energy. Join us in leading the transition to green power.
Ball over the top for Rodriguez, cut inside, back post, exclamation point. back here at Laney College. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Coffee TV 20. Coffee TV 20 is proud to support Oakland Roots soccer as well as highlight their work serving the East Bay communities. Coffee TV is locally brewed. And we are ready to get things going here at Laney College. It is buzzing in this stadium. They're expecting a record crowd tonight. We'll get you that number at some point in the second half. Oakland from right to left, black tops, white bottoms. Sporting Kansas City from left to right in their light blue. William Hoffman, the man in yellow, will get us going with the whistle. Fourth place in the Pacific Division will be decided tonight, and we have a lot to unravel in the tightest race here in USL Championship. LA and Tacoma don't kick off their games until 7:36 local time. That's a half an hour from now. So Oakland has to get a win, and then they have to get some help from Orange County and LA Galaxy. That's a game right there where Oakland needs to be rooting for Orange County. A win for the Roots plus a winner draw for Orange County puts the Roots into the playoffs. And tonight's kickoff was presented by User Testing, real-time feedback from real customers wherever you work. Visit usertesting.com to learn more. And the way the Roots got here was so nerve-wracking for fans and the players on Sunday. They were up 3-1 on the road against San Diego in a must-win game. They got the help they needed as Tacoma beat LA Galaxy. And then after blowing that lead to make it 3-3, they score the penalty in stoppage time. Jeremy Bokila, the winner, 4-3 over San Diego. Amarikwa puts this one into space. Pulled back for Memo Diaz. Inside Amarikwa, back over the top, looking for Chuy Enriquez. And it's out for a throw. Enriquez gets it into Diaz. Fall tried to turn, never had the ball. Take a look at the injury report tonight. Brought to you by Anthem. Mafeka and Allen are out. Duke and Mensah are out. Here's Amarikwa, it falls for him. It's loose. What a start for the Roots. It's Chuy Enriquez, and they're up 1-0 2 minutes into a must-win game.
Talk about a dream start from Coach Farrell and the boys. Amarikwa asking all types of questions of the Sporting KC2 back line, making havoc. And then Enriquez is there to put it in the back of the net. Second game in a row, second goal. What an impact this man has had to give this Roots a 1-0 lead and inside of 3 minutes. Tremendous.
That is Enriquez's fourth goal of the season. He scored one against San Diego. It's a guy who lost his starting role quite some time ago. He just got it back against Tacoma 10 days ago. Started 3 in a row now, and he has a pair of goals and an assist in those games. And that's another $510 to Spectrum Community Services, sponsored by East Bay Community Energy. Spectrum Community Services is a registered private nonprofit organization that assists low-income individuals, families, and seniors in their efforts to live independently. A frenzied crowd got a jolt they didn't need, and that's going to just take it over the top here for the Roots.
And look for the Roots to grow in that energy. What a start. You know you wanted to come out firing, get on the front foot, put pressure on this young Sporting Kansas City 2 side. It's going to be really interesting to see how Coach Nagamura's boys respond. They're in a hostile environment. They're down 1-0 inside of 5 minutes. It's a big task for these boys.
Amarikwa wanted to chip the keeper, Kendall McIntosh. Didn't quite get it right. Kendall McIntosh has been around for quite some time, the 27-year-old keeper. Thirteenth start of the year. It's given up 24 goals in the first 12. It's a team that struggles mightily defensively, SKC. The flag is going to go up here on Quincy Amarikwa. But they're very capable of scoring, and this season, of all possible teams that they've given a tough time, it's Louisville City FC, who just clinched a 1 seed in the division. SKC, every time they've played them tightly. It's a team that only has 4 wins on the season. They've struggled mightily. But for whatever reason, playing the best teams has brought the best out of them.
And the kids are fearless. They like to get at you. They're energetic. So you know, talking to Coach Farrell, that they were not going to take this game lightly. Much like Tacoma, these boys are very comfortable with each other, playing in the Sporting Kansas City organization. They know how to play. They know what is expected of each other. And what a dream start this is for the Roots, to have that early goal and kind of settle the nerves and play themselves into it and get confident.
Coming off the heels of that win against San Diego, Jordan Farrell was happy to say that that is quickly turning into another California Derby match here, with how tight and exciting all the games against San Diego were this year. Of course, they've got their big rivalry with Sacramento, but add another one to the list, and they had their backs against the wall, had to win, and they did so. All around, an awesome result, he called it, to give them a chance here on the last day. Nane into Hernandez. Switched out wide for Enriquez, overlap from Diaz. Enriquez forgot the ball for just a moment, but regathers. Coming into the night, the record attendance was 5,300 for Oakland Roots in USL Championship. Again, we'll have an official number in the second half, but they were expecting to get upwards of 6,000 tonight. Ward and Hernandez combining. Amarikwa in a sea of blue jerseys. Gets a knock to it, keeps it in. Here's Amarikwa, he just let it run by. Pressure from the Roots, causing issues here. One back again by Nane. Roll for the Roots in the attacking third.
It's a bright and early start from the Roots. You see Enriquez, he just pops up in so dangerous situations. You see, doesn't come off there, but he's looking for Amarikwa. You see his stats there. Such a pivotal impact since he's been involved into the 11 again.
Green looking again for Enriquez, but too much on that one. Chilly night here in Oakland, mid-50s. Fans are in some coats. They're in some Halloween costumes we got a glimpse at on the eve of Halloween. Ricky, we've had a few games in October. Every time I think I've asked you what your Halloween costume was going to be, and I hope you have something picked out by now. You got less than 24 hours to figure it out if you haven't.
After this game, I'm going straight to the costume shop. What are you going to be?
Oh, I'm working. I can't. That one last off of the Roots. Jamil Roberts, Enoch Mushigalusa, Mateo Bunbury. They are very dangerous to deal with up top. Jordan Farrell said as much. You have to be cognizant of where they are at all times. Right now charging in and pressuring Clementa into a clearance. That was Ozzy Cisneros coming through. Such a young team overall. You look up and down the starting lineup today. You got Isaiah LaFleur at 18. Caden Pierre at 18. Ozzy Cisneros at 17. And then Mateo Bunbury at 16. A number of teenagers in there. The rest of them all in their young 20s. And that's where Jordan Farrell believes set SKC apart from some of the other MLS affiliates. You either have a lot of teenagers. Some have just a few veterans sprinkled in. But SKC, kind of in the mold of Tacoma, as you were mentioning earlier, they have a lot of those middle ground 20-somethings that provide an experience to go with the young talent and the bright future that they have.
And talking about experience, you have Bunbury, 16 years old, to come into a game like this and the pressure that the Oakland Roots is going to put on his squad, playing in a hostile environment, just so good for his development as a player. And if you're a Sporting KC fan, it's really good signs to have players that getting this environment, getting in a professional setting, and getting so many games in this USL Championship. It's so good for their development.
And Bunbury, yes, that is Bunbury of the Bunbury family. Father Alex played for the Kansas City Wizards. Brother Teal, still in the middle of a terrific career in MLS. Mateo hoping to, of course, follow in their footsteps and also carve out his own path. He's got his own bright future ahead of him. UN Teal Bunbury attended the same high school as well, Shattuck St. Mary's up in Minnesota.
Yep, shout out SSM. But it's going to be very interesting to see how Bunbury reacts with Mushagalusa. He's such a crafty player. 8 goals on the year, 4 assists. You can know he can finish, he can find that killer pass. So Clementa and Green have to be very cognizant of where he is at all times.
Rather Joseph Nane's shot deflected and kept in by Kendall McIntosh. 2022 Oakland Roots memberships are now available. Become a Roots member for next season and receive special benefits like discounts on merchandise and early entry on game days. Visit oaklandrootssc.com/tickets for more info. Giveaway here. SKC on the attack, forcing their way through. Still loose. Out to Bunbury. Here's Pierre, who started the attack. Now Bunbury keeps it alive. And Hernandez stops it, but a corner on the way for SKC. And it's time for a corner kick powered by East Bay Community Energy. Providing green power at low rates. Visit ebce.org to find out more.
And one thing the Oakland Roots do not want to have happen is get complacent with the 1-0 lead so early in this match. You can see how attack-minded this Sporting Kansas City 2 squad is. They'll make you pay.
Memo Diaz wins it. Chance to counter here. Great ball into space. Hernandez. Still Hernandez cutting inside into the traffic. Great vision there to pick out Diaz. Didn't quite get it initially. Now it's Memo Diaz, and it's saved by Kendall McIntosh. The initial ball didn't work out, but Diaz fought his way through and created the chance anyway.
And it's good patience from Jose Hernandez to cut in a couple times, find that run of Diaz. It's not dealt with perfectly there by Mushagalusa, but how quick is Kendall McIntosh to come off his line and to cut any angle that Diaz has?
Dozen minutes into this, the goal belongs to Chuy Enriquez to give Oakland the lead, and as it stands, put Oakland in the playoffs, but that still depends on a game that is yet to kick off. 7:36 local time. LA Galaxy hosting Orange County. LA Galaxy actually leads that season series with 2 wins and a draw against Orange County, but a lot of those came earlier in the year when Orange County was dealing with just awful injury woes. The injury bug bit them harder than almost any other team in the league this season. But they are back to full strength and then some, with some new additions that have helped stoke their attack. Ben Mines has been terrific since joining on loan. So that is a team right now in form, and a team that needs the game themselves, Orange County, to lock down the 2 seed and earn that home game next week. Actually talked to Jordan Farrell a bit about that game and what he expected of it, having played both those teams 4 times each this season. Here's Pierre weaving his way through again, and his shot blocked. Back to Jahan Rod. Jordan Farrell said that game could pretty much go either way. Like the form that Orange County was in, at least hope they'd be in their best form because the Roots need that help from them, but it could go either way. So much talent, young talent on LA Galaxy too, that on any given day, you see what they did, 5-0 beating El Paso at home already earlier this month. So that's going to be one to keep an eye on for sure. And they actually have a plan here at Laney this evening. If the Roots win, they will put on the video board the live feed of that LA Orange County game, so the fans will stick around beyond just a Roots game, concluding to watch and see with bated breath if they get into the postseason. Here's Pierre. And Pierre has been orchestrating these attacks for SKC from his right back position so far.
Been very active getting into the attack. We've seen he's weaved in a couple times, eluding some of the tackles from the Oakland Roots, so something to keep an eye out Jose Hernandez needs to be very disciplined on the defensive end. Him and Akeem Ward's relationship has to be on the same page in this match.
Kuich. Nobody making that run. And it's into the hands of Blanchette. Looking for an essential career in the field of aviation, the Aviation Institute of Maintenance offers FAA-approved hands-on training to prepare students to test for their airframe and power plant certification. Call 888-FIX-JETS for more info. That's 888-349-5387. Ameriqua pressuring here. Back to McIntosh. He has to get it away quickly, and he does. That high line of the Roots has caused a number of team issues this year, and the team that has had the most issues with this press from the Roots was actually Tacoma, which is interesting because that's the team that Jordan Farrell most closely compared SKC to.
It's a good forward press from the Oakland Roots. But to be fair, Sporting Kansas City plays out fairly easy. You can see it almost finds Musa Galusha running through. He's going to have a big game tonight there, Cisneros. Really crafty player. You can see 14 chances created, so look for him to combine. He's leading the line, so he's going to press a lot, be very active, and ask a lot of questions of Clemente and Green.
SKC returning their favor here with their own high line of pressure, forcing Blanchette down the field. Just to run through the rest of these scenarios here. If the Roots win, that right there eliminates Tacoma. Tacoma's gone, because Tacoma lost the season series with the Roots. Both teams enter the day on 38 points. If this result holds and Galaxy lose or tie, the Roots are in. If Galaxy wins, they're in. If Galaxy loses and Oakland ties and Tacoma ties, you follow that? Then it's a three-way tie at 39 points and Tacoma's in. And if the Roots were to lose or tie and Galaxy were to lose or tie and Tacoma won, Tacoma's in. So all three teams are alive. That's a lot to keep track of. I apologize for throwing it all at you there. I almost lost myself in that. But those are all the possibilities tonight. And it just shows you how interesting this evening could get as it goes along. Here's Diaz. Clips one into the area. Headed away by Barbier.
So to keep it simple, the Roots just win.
That's it.
Just take care of your business and everything else work out. And Sporting Kansas City too, it's going to be very interesting to see how they approach the game. What the coach like. Good opportunity here.
Hernandez almost found his way through.
Going back to that point, with the coach like Nagamura that has such an experienced MLS veteran, such a career, you want to be able to end the season on a high note. You're playing for your future. You're playing, obviously him and Peter Vermees has a very good relationship. So your goal is to get into that MLS squad. And this is a perfect opportunity to prove yourself that you have character, even though the season practically you don't really have anything to play for going into playoffs, but you always want to prove to your coach why you deserve to get on that next step, to be on the starting 11, to earn that next contract. So there is a lot to play for as well for the Sporting Kansas City 2 side.
And their academy system is top-notch, one of the best in the league. You see the talent on display here. They don't have the same goals and aspirations of some of the other MLS affiliates like LA, like Tacoma, like even Atlanta, who just fell short of the playoffs in the Central Division. Their goal is development. If wins come with that, sure, winning is part of the developmental process, but their goal is developing players, and it's worked out because they've sent a number of players from the academy through USL onto MLS. So they are doing something right, even though it hasn't yielded the USL results. It's a very talented team. You see Paulo Nagamura in the background there pleading to get that throw going SKC's way. He's a terrific coach leading these young men. Diving deeper into that comparison here for SKC to some of the opponents the Roots have had this season. Because again, crossover matchup here to end the season after playing Pacific teams for the better part of a month and a half for the Roots. Kind of a curveball. But Jordan Farrell said they run a lot, cover a lot of ground, so they can play open and dangerous, but also comfortable sitting in a lower block. Kind of a mixture of Tacoma and Galaxy, the way he sees it. So not something they're entirely foreign to. They've seen each of those teams 4 times each, so they've seen it, but just have to do it looking at a different colored jersey today.
And a part where they can have a lot of success is in the middle of the field. You have Kuwich sitting there in front of that back line by himself. There's a space. He's going to make you pay. He can pick out a pass.
Amarikwa still with it. Nobody waiting on the backside for that cross. And it's given away. This Laney crowd has been at the same decibel level for just about the entire match, except it raised a few notches when they scored the goal. We're waiting to raise up again here. 20 minutes into this with Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Joe Malfa. Glad to have you with us here on ESPN Plus and locally on Coffee TV 20. Goal scored in the 2nd minute by Chuy Enriquez. Dream start for the Roots as they must win to have a chance at making the playoffs tonight. Still need that help from Orange County as they visit LA Galaxy 2. That one kicks off in just 9 minutes. We'll keep you updated every step of the way for that game as well. Kuwich just brings it back calmly for SKC. Here's Graham Smith. Smith over the top, looking for Jameel Roberts, the Marshall product. Reigning national champions in NCAA. Puts it wide of the post. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of USL Championship in many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Paul Blanchette, part of this turnaround for the Roots after he earned the starting goalkeeper job. Since August 11th, he's given up just 18 goals after giving up 8 in the first 3 games before that. Won the job from Zeus Delapaz. Taylor Bailey has also filled in at times this year for the Roots, but the unquestioned #1 has been Paul Blanchette for the last 2.5 months. And should they get into the postseason, you know, as long as he's healthy, he'll be between the sticks for the Roots. Hernandez, fortuitous bounce. Here's Amarikwa, sends Ward in. Akeem Ward, it's saved. Still alive. Volfo trying to get there, cleared away. Reflex save by Kendall McIntosh. Kept alive by Diaz. Now Enriquez. Diaz. Almost went through 3 defenders with it, but earns the throw. What a save by McIntosh.
And look at this run from Akeem Ward, the awareness of Quincy Amarikwa. And if you're Ward, you want to go find that back post on the ground. He elects to go high, and it gives McIntosh a save, a reaction save to have his hands up quick enough. You know Ward's going to be disappointed not to find the back of the net for that one.
Ward has the goal of the week from this past week. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Against San Diego. Chipped it up to himself, volleyed it with the left foot, his first of the season. And it was a beautiful one. Tell you what, the Roots this year have not been short on highlight reel goals.
That's for sure.
I believe twice Volfall won goal of the week. Max Orange still had it once. And then you had the one for Akeem Ward. That's at least 4. There might have been a 5th one in there for Volfall because all of his goals this season have been just screamers from outside the box. And now this one sets up SKC with a corner against a run of play to try to steal one back. All corners tonight brought to you by East Bay Community Energy. Visit ebce.org to find out more. Oakland dealing with that very well. Both crosses sent in the corner, and then the subsequent ball. Player down behind the play, still for SKC. And now play is stopped. Paul Blanchette over for a look. Didn't quite get a good look at what happened with all the bodies in the box. Still doubled over. Roots take this as a breather, talk things over themselves. Visori, Enriquez, animated discussion there. Enriquez has the lone goal of the match so far. Same starting 11 as last week for the Roots. First time this year, I believe, that we've seen that in back-to-back games. No changes from Jordan Farrell. Slowly getting up now, Jahan Rod in the box. Player orthopedic care provided by Dr. Roth and Muir Orthopedic Specialists. Online or in person, Muir Orthopedic Specialists provide specialized, innovative, and compassionate services. Rod gingerly walking off the field, holding his midsection there. And play continues with the drop ball here. And the defensive third for SKC. Rod immediately waved back onto the field. So back at full strength. Very few people after the month of July might have expected the Roots to be where they are right now. Here they are, needing some help from elsewhere and have to hold on for a win here. Mushagalusa puts it wide and high. And Jordan Farrell still trying to maintain focus on what could have also been as cool as he said it would be to make the playoffs after starting 1-8-3. They're very frustrated and disappointed in themselves that they actually don't have it clinched already with some of the opportunities that they've squandered over the last month and a half. They were up a goal and up a man the last 20 minutes against Las Vegas, and that turned into a tie on this field. Scoreless draw against Tacoma on the road. Poor performance against LA Galaxy, a 1-0 loss. That was, even if that just would have been a tie, then it would have been completely different, where the Roots would have just had to win and get in tonight. So they did squander some chances to have had destiny solely in their hands tonight. But still, from 1-8-3 to be where they are, something to be proud of.
And in that conversation with Coach Farrell, you can just tell the standard he keeps himself and his players up to be able to start 1-8-3 and be upset. Maybe not upset's a word, but maybe disappointed that they're not clinched yet. It just talks about how great he wants to be, how great he wants to be with this boys, how great he wants his organization to be first year in this league. And to have a chance at the playoffs, it's a tremendous thing.
Here's Nane, sends it out wide. Enriquez. Now Diaz, got it back. Diaz drives it in. Visori got a flick to it. Oh, that would have been spectacular. Just wide for a goal kick.
And it's a good attack from the Oakland Roots. Don't know if Diaz is trying to find Visori, trying to find that back post, but it's just so unlucky not to creep into that far post. That run from Visori is just so pivotal to the attack. Just throws everyone off, throws Kendall McIntosh off. It's a good effort there from Diaz.
That replay was brought to you by Nation's Giant Hamburger, serving you since 1952.
The Oakland Roots have had a lot of success when they start on one side and they end on the other side. They're moving Sporting KC from left to right, finding the gaps once to go, and it's a really mature build-up play from these Oakland Roots 30 minutes into this match.
past Hernandez. Here's Kuich.
And it's a bit too stagnant for the Sporting KC side to play out of the back. That forces Barbier to go long to Musa Galusha that doesn't have really any support. So you want Kuich to maybe drop in a little bit. This is better here from Sporting. Maybe to drop in a little bit, connect some players, get Cisneros involved. He's been very quiet. Rod hasn't had the impact that he would like 30 minutes into this match. You need to play through the midfield and not just dump balls into your front line.
Now committed by Amarikwa. The longer the Roots, though, let SKC hang around, the dicier it may get. After getting a goal in the 2nd minute, I think the Roots maybe try to follow that up with a quick second one, but haven't been able to. In Las Vegas, it is 1-1 between Tampa Bay Rowdies and Las Vegas Lights. Tampa Bay needs to win that one, or get a result at least, I believe, to clinch the #1 overall seed. And we have kicked off now in Phoenix and in Los Angeles. Galaxy hosting Orange County, Rising hosting Tacoma. But that Tacoma game means nothing if the Roots win. Tacoma would be eliminated, and then all eyes would be on Los Angeles. Orange County needing to win or tie on the road against Galaxy. Coupled with a Roots win to put Oakland in. Musa Galusha commits the foul.
And they get away with it there, the Oakland Roots, but you have to be careful playing around them back. You have to be very sound technically. Don't give any chances to this Sporting KC2 side to nickel ball and go in on Blanchette. If there's danger, you just want to pump that ball long. A little bit too casual there from Green, and he's lucky he gets clipped there from Musa Galusha.
The excitement is just beginning. The 2021 USL Championship playoffs presented by Twin Spires begin Friday, November 5th and continue all weekend long. Who will take their next step toward glory? Find out next weekend on ESPN+. Out to Enriquez. He's been the creator tonight. Enriquez puts it towards the back post. Hernandez keeps it in. Ward keeps it alive. Akeem Ward to the end line, puts it in front. Stopped by McIntosh. Hernandez headed away. The advances are there for the Roots, but each one has been met with resistance by Sporting. Amarikwa. Advantage is played. Amarikwa turns. Amarikwa was looking for Hernandez, making that darting run in. And instead, into the hands of McIntosh with a dozen minutes to go here in the half.
Again, you're having great success down this left side. Just unable to execute and pass that first defender. That's a key when you're playing balls into the box, to skip out that first defender and find someone crashing the box. But Amarikwa's been very good 33 minutes into this match. Able to hold up. You see there the vision that he has, able to spin off his defender, trying to find that run of Jose Hernandez. Doesn't come off there. It's really well defended there by Smith and Pierre.
That one right off the thigh of Valfal. Fasore trying to keep it in. In the end, probably would have been better off letting that one go for a throw near the corner flag instead of out for a goal kick. That wrist is already heavily taped, and he's holding it after crashing into the advertising boards. But he's jogging it off with a grimace on the face. Nane slips it by Rod. He's taken down. Amarikwa, though, commits the foul against Cisneros. Mushagalusa dropping deep here. All the way back from McIntosh. .55% of the possession has gone the Roots' way. 5 shots, 3 on target. Over the top here, Hernandez overran it. Still no shots on target for SKC. Blanchette would like to keep it that way. And this back line of the Roots have done a good job this year of helping Blanchette down the stretch. There's been a number of games in which the opposition have not registered a shot on target. They did that against Tacoma, they did that against Sacramento. It's happened a few times. Isaiah LaFleur. The visitors tonight have had their bouts of possession, but haven't been able to do anything too dangerous with it, Ricky.
They've had a lot of possession, moving balls left to right, but it's all been in the center of the field. Hasn't been really penetrating this Oakland Roots side. And it has to be credit to Fasori, Nane, Fall. When they come back, they sit in a line of 3 in front of that back line and has made it very difficult for the Sporting Kansas City 2 side to play balls into Cisneros, into Mushagalusa. They just haven't had those success to play between the lines.
Here's Mushagalusa. And his pocket picked by Enriquez, tracking back for it.
Really good work there from Enriquez to help Diaz in the defensive half. But when you have a player like Nane that slips into the starting 11 these last 2 games, it really frees up Fall to have a little bit more freedom to get into the attack. We've seen him playing at a higher line. And when you have one of the special players like him able to get on the ball, find those spaces, it does so much good for this Oakland Roots attack.
It's the first time, I think, this season that we've seen fans wrapped around in the bleachers in that corner there, Ricky. So I'm really curious to see when the attendance number comes out what it is. The attendance has grown and grown throughout the year for the Roots. And it reaches the climax here on the final day where they are expecting to set a club record for attendance. LaFleur cuts it back, has options in the middle. Pulls it back instead. From a distance, off the upright, no good. Oakland gets the ball at the 25-yard line.
It's something to note for the Sporting Kansas City 2 attack. They don't really have a true number 9 that sits inside that dangerous area, inside that box. You see Mushagalusa, he pushes out more to that left side. Cisneros is not a true number 9. So it makes it really hard when you saw LaFleur get the ball on that left flank. He had no one to play service into. And it makes it so easy for Clemenza and Green to stand there and clear every single ball when they have no opposition.
Ward commits to foul there. At halftime of the San Diego game, whatever was said, it sparked the Roots. They came out and scored 2 quick goals in a quarter of an hour to go up 3-1 this past Sunday. As we're getting near the half here, I wonder what's going through the mind of Jordan Farrell, how he can spark this team, maybe to have that same early second half production to put this one to bed and breathe a little bit easier, at least for the time being, then still waiting for word out of Los Angeles. Just about 10 minutes in, and it's still scoreless elsewhere in the Pacific between Galaxy and Orange County, and then Phoenix and Tacoma. Ball Fall, using that large frame of his to shield the ball. Keeps it still. does that about as well as anybody in this league. Nane commits the foul. Cisneros has been a handful whenever he's had the ball at his feet.
Really good work there from Cisneros to stay with that ball, to draw a foul for his squad in this attacking half, but really just to ride a couple challenges, come out with that ball. Really good work there from number 25 at Sporting Kansas City.
Pierre with Bunbury on the right side. Still Pierre. Hernandez gets it up to Fall. This game has hit a stalemate. Neither side producing anything in the last few minutes. See there the scores elsewhere in the division. Just a few minutes to go here in the first half with Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Joe Malfa. Glad to have you with us tonight on ESPN Plus and locally on Coffee TV 20 in the Bay Area. A Roots win, plus an Orange County winner draw against LA. And the Roots from 1-8-3 get all the way into the playoffs. So far holding up there into the bargain. And as it stands, still again 0-0. So that tie in LA plus this win for the Roots would have the Roots in. How great is it, though, to have on the last day of the season this many possibilities, and not just in the Pacific. We saw it with fourth place in the Mountain Division as well. We saw it with other seeding possibilities in other divisions as well. Louisville scored a late goal against Birmingham to take the #1 seed in the Central. So much going on everywhere on the last day. That's how you want it.
If you're neutral, you said it right. That's what you love, to see competition football for placing in the playoffs, home field advantage. It's tremendous to have this. It just speaks volumes to see how competitive this whole league is, from top to bottom, across the nation, every division, every conference. And to have so much possibilities coming into this last game, especially in the specific division. If you're neutral, that's exactly what you want.
Also scoreless between Sacramento and San Diego. That one not pertinent to the Roots' playoff chances, but it is still something that affects the #2 seed in that home game. Here's Hernandez. Visori back to Hernandez, now Nane. Out for Clementa. Veteran center back has won a USL title with Sacramento back in 2014. Ball sent in. Marquardt wisely let it go. I think he was offside, and it gave McIntosh something to think about. 4 saves on the night for McIntosh now.
And again, it's a really good teasing ball there from Ward to put this in a dangerous area. But if you're Coach Farrell, you want someone crashing that 6-yard box. That's a free tap. And if you have someone that's a little bit opportunistic and always following the play, and Marquardt's offside, so he's out of the play, but you want maybe an Enriquez coming in, Jose Hernandez, Fall, anyone just sitting on that doorstep if there's any rebound there.
Pierre. Bunbury knocked out for a corner by Ward. It's gonna be the 3rd corner here for SKC. And the longer the Roots let him hang around and have set pieces like this, the more dangerous it gets.
And Bunbury and Pierre on this right side have been very good. Very good understanding between the two. And again, it results in a corner.
Isaiah LaFleur, 18-year-old from Minneapolis, blasts that one into orbit. Mushagalusa keeps it in. Played inside, looking for Cisneros. Cleared away by Diaz. Not sure if there was a slip from LaFleur on that corner, but that was certainly not what he intended. And if it was what he intended, well, then they have something to work out on the training ground. Just 1 minute of added time here in the first half, brought to you by Nation's Giant Hamburgers. Hungry for a hamburger? Don't settle for a nothing burger. Go for a Nation's Giant Hamburger. The East Bay's favorite since 1952. Really fresh, a little hard to hold. Totally awesome. Keep it real. Make it Nation's. Nice dip of the shoulder from LaFleur to get by. Still with the ball at his feet. And the flag goes up. Mushagalusa sent that one down all the way to the fence, giving the ball kid a workout. Imagine on the goal kick here, or rather the offside kick here from Blanchette. The halftime whistle will blow. And forget that, no need to take the kick. It's halftime at Laney. Oakland got the goal in the 2nd minute, and it gives them the 1-0 lead in the half. As it stands, the Roots would be in the playoffs, but still a long way to go. 45 here, and a long way to go still between Galaxy and Orange County. And right now, though, the Roots at least controlling their end of things.
And they need to get that second goal early to kill this game off. If you're Sporting Kansas City, you want to get more into the attack. You want to get Cisneros on the ball. Mushagalusa, come maybe a little bit more central. He is your danger man. And expect another attacking football in the second half between the Oakland Roots and Sporting KC2.
And we will be back in just a moment here with the Anthem halftime show. The Roots won, Sporting Kansas City none. It's Chuy Enriquez in the 2nd minute that gave the Roots the lead.
You and your family healthy. Together with Anthem Blue Cross, we want to remind you. Hey Roots fans, health insurance coverage is key to keeping you and your family healthy. Together with Anthem Blue Cross, we want to remind you that open enrollment begins November 1st. You may even qualify for coverage as low as $0 a month. To find out if you qualify, contact Health Markets, an Anthem agent with Spanish-speaking reps located right here in Oakland at 510-666-6233. Don't delay. Enroll with Anthem today.
Oakland, the town.
A world-class city where it's not just about where you're going,
But it's also where you come from.
see here,
There's always room at the top,
where sky's the limit.
but roots help keep you grounded. And this is town business. If you know, you know. Some might say it's rough around the edges.
But we all know that the flavors are in the margins. It's a family affair out here.
It's all eyes on we.
Hold it down for the people holding you up. These things matter to us.
It is Let's Go Oakland over and over and over again, where East Oakland and West Oakland meet.
Show the town love.
And the town will love you back. Oakland, forever.
Community. It's not just a place. It's shared experiences and memories. It's feeling like you belong. It's home.
Here is Jack McInerney, still McInerney!
But community is more than where you come from. It's the sum of our collective actions. And if we work together, it's ours for generations. East Bay Community Energy. Join us in leading the transition to green power.
We're back here at Laney College. It's 1-0 Roots over SKC here on the Anthem halftime show. We're going to take a look at the standings, updated now to reflect the current results at the moment. The Roots would move to 41 points. 4th place, playoff spot. Still a long way to go, though, tonight, Ricky.
The fans, the coaches, the players are going to keep an eye out, an ear on that LA Galaxy Orange County game. But you have to take care of business first and foremost. If I'm Coach Farrell, I'm not even mentioning anything to these players. They have to come out, take care of business in this next 45 minutes to get a goal, maybe get 2, and put that nail in the coffin and get these 3 points.
The Roots had 6 points on August 11th. That means at the end of the night, they could have 35 points in the last 2.5 months to get them in. We got 45 to go. We're back in just a moment here on the Anthem halftime show.
As you step onto the field, you step into your purpose. You step strong. You step hard. Con toda la fuerza de mujer. You step up.
There's hit on the line! Oh, he put it in! A magnificent strike! You go down, you come back, and you find a way.
Goes topics. I mean, yeah, let's talk about today where I'm going to topics.
Roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Yeah, hey, how you gon' feel when I take it? How you gon' feel when I take it? We about action. We about action. Tell me how you gon' feel.
There's hit on the line! Oh, he put it in! A magnificent strike! You go down, you come back, and you find a way.
Tell me how you gon' feel.
Hey Roots fans, health insurance coverage is key to keeping you and your family healthy. Together with Anthem Blue Cross, we want to remind you that open enrollment begins November 1st. You may even qualify for coverage as low as $0 a month. To find out if you qualify, contact Health Markets, an Anthem agent with Spanish-speaking reps located right here in Oakland at 510-666-6233. Don't delay. Enroll with Anthem today.
Back here at Laney. Right now, the kids scrimmaging on the field still, waiting for the pros to get back out there. And as the pros are playing, it's 1-0 for the Roots over SKC here on the Anthem Halftime Show. Take a look at the live scores around the league here on the last day of the season. Playoffs will begin Friday. And right now, 23rd minute, scoreless, Phoenix-Tacoma. 22nd, scoreless, Galaxy-Orange County. So as it stands, right now, things going the Roots' way.
And that's what you want if you're a Roots fan. Nothing to change. Nothing to change. Walk away with 3 points, have LA Galaxy tie, maybe Orange County get a goal, and then you're into the playoffs.
And we'll take one last look here at the standings before we get into half number 2. Right now, Phoenix, they won the division. Orange County, they're trying to get that home game. San Diego right now in third, trying to chase down second place to get the home game back in their favor. The Roots in fourth, above the Galaxy and Tacoma. But still a lot of time to go tonight here. In this one, 45 to go, about an hour to go in the other games. So still stick with us. So much to be decided on the final day of the USL Championship season. We're back with the second half of action in just a moment. Ball over the top for Rodriguez, cut inside, back post, exclamation point.
What do you think about our new tagline?
Have you checked that on Urban Dictionary?
That's descriptive.
How's our checkout working?
I can't add it to the cart. The chat's in the way. Frustrating.
Eye-opening.
See it how your customer sees it with user testing.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Our world is made up of digital experiences, experiences that rely on the movement of money. From payments to purchases, from transactions to transfers, Marqeta's modern card issuing platform enables companies to issue physical, virtual, and tokenized cards to build their payments infrastructure. That's why leaders across industries use Marqeta to power new and innovative experiences. Marqeta. You see a card, we see endless possibilities.
Oakland Roots 1, Sporting Kansas City nothing. We'll take a look at those first half highlights brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities. Ricky, take us through it. Right away, the Roots get the goal.
And that's what you want in a game. That means so much. You want to come off on that front foot. It's a really good clip ball there from Nane. Marquardt just making life difficult for McIntosh. Enriquez is there to clean it up. Right place, right time. And then it's a really good finish, fair finish from Enriquez. What a start that is to the Oakland Roots in a game that they must need 3 points. And again, here you see Memo Diaz making a good run. Jose picks him out. It's not dealt with perfectly with the Sporting Kansas City side, but how fast does Kendall McIntosh come off and close any angle that Memo Diaz has to find the back of the net? It's a really good, confident goalkeeping there from Kendall McIntosh to keep this game only 1-0. And Akeem Wardy drives into this left side. If he goes maybe a little bit to that right side, he goes a little low, it's a different story. Instead, he hits it straight at Kendall McIntosh. And again, the Sporting KC2 keeper comes up huge. Then don't know if this is a cross, don't know if this is a shot, but doesn't matter. It's a really good effort there from Diaz. It's a really good run from Pastore to cause problems to this back line for Sporting Kansas City. And he ends up in a goal kick. And here's another good opportunity here from Oakland Roots. King Moore breaks down on this left side again. Puts the ball in a dangerous situation. It's dealt really well there from Sporting Kansas City too. Hernandez has a crack at it. Graham is there to clean it up.
Here's a look at the stats of the first half, brought to you by Anthem. Pretty even in terms of the possession. SKC didn't really get that in an advanced area, though. No shots on target through the first 45.
And you're not going to score any goals if you don't have any shots on target, which is the name of the game. But if you're Oakland Roots, you want to get in between those lines a little bit more. Marquardt has been very good, but he's been a little bit on an island. You want to get him, you want to get Hernandez coming in underneath, supporting him a little bit more. And if you're Sporting Kansas City, you need to get into the attack. You need to be a little bit more creative in and around that box of the Oakland Roots.
And the playoffs are on the horizon. ESPN Plus is your home for the USL playoffs. Join our experts as they break down every matchup of the Championship and League One playoffs, presented by Twin Spires. Playoff preview show is Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on ESPN Plus. And that playoff field is almost set entirely, but still some more time to go. At the half-hour mark elsewhere in the Pacific Division, still scoreless everywhere, which right now would mean the Roots are in the postseason. A win for the Roots, plus a winner draw by Orange County, would send Oakland through. And take one last look at the standings, brought to you by Puma. Here you see it, Roots in 4th, Galaxy in 5th, by the slimmest of margins, just at 1 point. It's really been a terrific year all year long in the Pacific Division. We've seen teams leapfrogging each other. Could Orange County have challenged for first place if they didn't have all the injuries and they were playing like they are currently the whole season? San Diego, they've dipped out of 2nd after it seemed like they were a shoo-in to have the home playoff game. And then from that point on, I mean, Sacramento, Tacoma, Galaxy, Oakland, how many times did they take 4th from each other in the last 6 weeks?
It's been just so tight. Every point matters. And it's been just a joy to cover, to be able to watch these teams play in week and week out, the competition. And you know you want to win your home games. That is the key. You talk to every single coach and they say, hey, we need to win our home games, and then on the road we get what we can we take what we can get. So it's really important for Oakland Roots to come out in these next 45 minutes to put the nail in the coffin, get 1, 2, maybe 3 goals past McIntosh, and put this nail in the coffin and this season on a high, and hope for the best against LA Galaxy and Orange County.
I just received an alert that Tacoma Defiance scored to go up 1-0 on the road against Phoenix, which makes things interesting. Again, if Oakland wins, that's it. Tacoma's done. No bearing the outcome of that one if Oakland wins. But if Oakland were to concede here and allow SKC to tie things up, then it would be LA on 39, the Roots on 39, or pardon me, Galaxy on 40 with their current result, the Roots on 39, and then Tacoma on 41, so Defiance would go in. But that, again, is only if the Roots were to end up dropping points here. So something to keep an eye on with that goal scored by Tacoma Defiance here in the evening in Oakland. Chilly night in the mid-50s. Time to get back to the action. The Roots from left to right in the black and white, and SKC from right to left in the blue. 45 minutes to decide this one, and then Roots fans, you gotta flip the channel on ESPN Plus over to LA Galaxy and Orange County to see if your Roots can get into the postseason. They've got to take care of business here first. Underway in half number 2. 45 minutes to potentially put the Roots in the postseason. With Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. Glad to have you along with us tonight at Laney College here in Oakland, California. This one knotted down to Cisneros. SKC trying to attack quickly like the Roots did in the first half with that second-minute goal. Clemente gets away with that challenge, and it's a throw for the Roots.
And these first 5 minutes are going to be very crucial to the Oakland Roots. You do not want to be complacent, be a little bit casual in the back, take it for granted that you're up 1-0 in this game. You want to have that laser focus. You want to be concentrated. You want to be clean playing out of the back and not give anything easy to the Sporting KC side.
No changes made at the break from either side. Ricky, if you were either of these coaches, what was said during that locker room chat at half?
I mean, if I'm Coach Bear, I'm saying we want to get another one early. You want to make this mountain a little bit too hard for the Sporting KC2 side to climb. You need to support America. He's been just on an island. Maybe Hernandez comes in a little bit. That frees up Akeem Ward to make those runs down that left side. And if you're Sporting KC2, you just need to get your attack going. You've had 0 shots on target. How do you expect to score a goal if you don't have a shot on target? Here's an opportunity here.
Ball fall, generates the turnover, inside towards Enriquez. McIntosh quick off the line. Now the concerned ball fall, who is holding that ankle still. Captain, heart and soul of this team, shaking his head and putting it down into the turf. You can see the concerned looks from all the teammates coming over. We saw that ankle of ball fall taped like a mummy 10 days ago when they played against Tacoma. So you wonder if there was maybe something there beforehand and just re-aggravated here. Along with the likes of Jeremy Bokila, Ball Fall has just had minor knocks here and there all season long that have maybe meant that he goes 60 instead of 90, or he comes in as a sub for just a half an hour one night. Helped to his feet now by Emma Clementa. Player orthopedic care provided by Dr. Roth and Muir Orthopedic Specialists. Online or in person, Muir Orthopedic Specialists provides specialized, innovative, and compassionate services. And that's a very bad sign. He has taken off the captain's armband, and he is giving it to Chuy Enriquez. It appeared. So Ball Fall's evening may be done. That's a concern, obviously, for tonight, but also should the Roots get through here for the playoff game. I wonder if maybe the mind was changed there, and he's going to try and walk this off. He seemed in pain. He seemed like he was going to hand that captain's armband off, but I'm seeing it now. It's actually still on his right arm.
It's a big part for this Oakland Roots and what they want to do. Plays in the middle of the field. He's a general. He wears the armband for a reason. The way he plays just pulls everyone back in. Good to see him back on the field if you're Coach Farrell.
Faked us out. He took off the band. He gave it to Enriquez momentarily, got it right back, and now he's back out on the field. Keep an eye on him, though, if he can continue. Corner here for SKC as Volfall hobbles back into the picture. Corner brought to you by East Bay Community Energy. Providing green power at low rates. Visit ebce.org to find out more. Corner swung in, headed away by Fisore. Secondary ball in, Blanchette there to secure it. Still no shots on target for SKC. Maybe knocking on the door, though, with some of the corners they've had. Blanchette, low line drive. Volfall does not look himself here as he's hobbling in the middle. And now comes to a stop. Looking down at that right ankle. Still limping on it. Don't know that Volfall is much longer for this game. LaFleur somehow, after going to an E, Memo Diaz got a foot to that. You know Volfall is going to try to soldier through this as much as he can. The question then becomes, though, for Jordan Farrell looking on, seeing that you're maybe not getting 100% from Volfall, at what point do you have to save the player from himself and try to help the team out by getting somebody out there who is 100%?
There has to be that line of communication between Fall and Coach Farrell. He has to be able to know his player inside and out, if he's able to go 100%, if he just can run it off a couple minutes, just has a hard knock. So look for that conversation, hand gesture between Farrell and Fall. There's such a big match here tonight, and you do not want to be down a man.
Looks like Ariel Mumba is over having a chat now with Jordan Farrell. That in and of itself would not be a like-for-like change, but with the versatility out there for the Roots, you could just slide Jose Hernandez centrally and put Mumba on the wing. Here is Hernandez.
And I think Hernandez, if he slides in centrally, it would probably be a better look for this Roots side. You can just see there, Mariqual doesn't have anyone around him. When he gets the ball, it's just him and a couple defenders from the Sporting Kansas City side. You want that link-up player, that number 10, to play underneath to spring a Mariqual in. It'll be very interesting to see if Jose Hernandez does slide in, how this game unfolds.
Just received official word from the venue. 5,508, a sellout for the Roots. Their season high in attendance here on the last day, and they will be treated to the rest of this game. And if the Roots hold on to win, 30 bonus minutes of soccer, as they will put the LA Orange County game up on the video board, still scoreless, which means the result still going the Roots' way. And now that will be it for Volfall. He has officially taken off the captain's armband. Last time he put it back on, tried to continue. This time he takes it off and hands it off. It'll be Ariel Mumba entering the match for Volfall.
Just something he could not run off Fall. It's a big loss for Coach Farrell, but he's talked about it all year. It's next man up mentality. And you know it kills him not to be on this field for the rest of the second half.
Substitution brought to you by East Bay Community Energy. Visit ebce.org to find out more. Mariqual sent forward by Graham Smith, but there's Mumba's first touch. Kuich cleans it up in the middle. Now Rod. Open enrollment for healthcare coverage begins November 1st. To find out if you qualify for coverage as low as $0 a month, visit anthem.com/CA. Here's Enriquez in space. Overlap coming from Diaz. Sent his way. Diaz cuts inside, still with it now Enriquez. Well done by LaFleur. Long run to get there for Mushagalusa. Have some space here to work with. Mushagalusa stumbles on the turf.
Very unlucky there for Mushagalusa. He had a lot of real estate to run into that center of that field. The big opportunity missed. Just so unlucky to lose your footing in that situation there.
Tonight's presenting sponsor is American Express. American Express is the proud sponsor of Roots Town Biz Tuesday program. To learn more, go to oaklandroots.com/townbiztuesdays. Here's Mushagalusa towards the back post. The longer Oakland lets this remain 1-0, the more and more the heart pounds for the fans in attendance. Anytime they go forward like that.
And especially a player like Mushagalusa who can produce a little bit of magic from nothing. If it's a little couple yards to the left, that's catching Blanchett off his line. Don't think he meant to Mushagalusa, but he'll take it if it finds its way into the net. He's such a special player. 8 goals and 4 assists on the year. He is that danger man. And if he gets a little bit confident, it's going to be shaky moments for this Roots back line.
He was a danger man last year for SKC as well. It's only a matter of time before we see him in MLS, whether with SKC or elsewhere. Just the pipeline that they have had from academy to USL to MLS. Second to none, I'd say. I'm trying to think here. Some of the other MLS affiliates. Is there a better USL to MLS pipeline than SKC? Maybe Tacoma. Tacoma had a handful of teenagers start this year for Seattle Sounders, but that was more out of necessity because the Sounders had like a record number of injuries, plus guys on international duty at the Gold Cup. So that was more the circumstances than anything else. But you can certainly make the case that it's SKC. Here's Mumba. Hernandez dropping deep into the middle. Now Nane. Joseph Nane has been such a big pickup for the Roots as well. Experience so key down the stretch of his season. Getting into the playoffs to bring in a 34-year-old in Joseph Nane, who spent so much time in MLS. Drafted by Toronto in 2010. He's been around the block, has seen it all. And now making his 4th start.
He's been so good tonight. Super confident, super clean with the ball, doing a lot of the dirty work next to Fasore. And he was a really big impact player in that San Diego win for this Roots side.
Pierre down the right side. And he plays out of the back. That one hit the referee, and that's a big break for the Roots. Sometimes better to be lucky than good. That would have been a quick counter opportunity for SKC. But William Hoffman helps out Oakland. Drop ball to resume play.
And as time goes on, you can see Sporting KC2 gaining confidence, possessing the ball a little bit more, moving that ball left to right, opening gaps between the defensive line of the Oakland Roots. And that's something you do not want to happen if you're Coach Farrell. You want the ball on your player's foot to take the wind out of the sails of Sporting KC.
Barbier. Mumba slips on the turf now. So on the other end from Mushagalusa. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watson, Devin Kerr, every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern. You can also hear live action from USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Approaching the hour mark. Still just a 1-goal lead for the Roots. Courtesy of Chuy Enriquez all the way back in the 2nd minute. Chance of Let's Go Oakland ring up from the Laney crowd of over 5,500. Their season high. And everybody hoping to make it to the USL Championship Final as the 2021 season comes to a conclusion. When the USL Championship Final takes center stage, watch as a new champion is crowned Sunday, November 28th on ESPN and ESPN Deportes, or listen on Sirius XM FC channel 157. Halftime in Phoenix, still 1-0 Tacoma. Phoenix, a team that is backing into the postseason. One of the favorites, you would have imagined, but just the performances haven't been there. The results, yes, they've been there. But they're winning 1-0. They tied Sacramento 1-1. They're losing out at Tacoma. They just haven't looked themselves. Again, still finding ways to get wins, but not looking like the juggernaut they've seemed at times during the season. It's kind of felt like the handbrake has been on for Phoenix for the last month and a half. But all you got to do is flip that switch when it matters most in the playoffs. Also halftime now in Los Angeles. Galaxy 0, Orange County 0. By the time that game resumes, we'll be at about the 80-minute mark here in Oakland. So you figure the last 30, 35 minutes, fans can tune into for the Roots and hope for the best. That is, of course, if they hold on to win themselves here. And that is by no means a foregone conclusion. We saw the Roots drop points against all odds, it seemed, here against Vegas not too long ago. They were up 2-1 in that game. For much of the game, they went up a man in the 75th minute, and then in the 89th minute, Las Vegas tied it 2-2. Mariquat to Enriquez in very tight quarters down in the corner. Still Enriquez. So good with the ball at his feet. A little nutmeg there to keep it alive. And Mariquat turning, shooting. Just wide.
And it looks like it comes from nothing in that left corner for the Roots. And then Mariquat does very, very well to create a little bit of space for himself. You see what he's trying to do, trying to bend that ball into that far corner. But lucky enough for McIntosh, it goes well wide.
Roger Smith into the match for Jameel Roberts. First change of the match for SKC. Already one change in the books for Oakland as Volfall left injured and Ariel Mumba entered the match. All subs brought to you by East Bay Community Energy. Visit ebce.org to find out more. Ward light on the back pass, but Clementa bails him out. Emma Clementa scored one of the biggest goals of the season for the Roots. Late on against Sacramento to win that game 2-1. Win the season series against their bitter rival and give them a much-needed 3 points on that night. He's one of the guys to turn to now for the Roots. He's been there, done that. He's won USL title before, back in 2014 with Sacramento. That's the guy you look to now to help get you over the finish line. Mushagalusa, great ball into space here. Seemed like Jahan Rod just misread the path of that ball.
It's a really good ball from Mushagalusa. Trying to lead Rod, unable to get on the end of it. Makes you think if he puts that ball on the ground, maybe it's a little bit better to run onto it. Really good vision there from number 77 in Sporting KC too.
On the right side with speed, it's Pierre. Tucked back in, it's Smith. Can't find it between his feet. Still with it though. Had a chance to shoot it initially, but just caught up right underneath him. But the last few minutes, SKC getting closer and closer. Still without a shot on target. But Paul Blanchette has to be alert here. Possession is mounting. Control of the territory is mounting. You get the sense that SKC might have a moment themselves here if Oakland is unable to get that second goal.
And Smith finds himself in a lot of land that's just unable to find that shot.
Diaz trying to get that second goal for the Roots, but again cleared away.
But just takes that one bit of magic to level this game and flip the whole situation on its head. And you do not want it to come down to that if you're an Oakland Roots supporter. These young kids of Sporting KC too will make you pay, so you do not want to give them any sniff and grow their confidence even more. You want to be a little bit more confident in build-up playing. You're giving the ball away over too easy if you're the Oakland Roots.
Rod. Cisneros. One back by Fasore. Amarikwa. Nice little move inside there, but Cisneros comes back to get it. On the bench, Soya Takahashi, Jeremy Bokila, Johnny Rodriguez, Max Ornstill, all his attacking options for the Roots. As they try to maybe push for a second to bring in Ornstill to try to defend this one out, and Takahashi as well. Some fresh legs on the back line. Getting into the territory where we might see some subs now. Cisneros, 3 Roots around him. Chipped inside, deflected by Green. Blanchette, a long run to keep it in. He gets there to avoid conceding the corner. Blanchette, not in any hurry. Skimmed along, out of the reach of Mumba. See, there as a goalkeeper, if you're going to waste time, that's how you got to do it to make sure you don't get on the ref's radar. You just put the ball down after waiting for it initially. You're not doing anything illegal. They can come to you if they want to.
I think it's a little bit early to start wasting time. You do not want to get in your defensive shell and just invite so much pressure from the Sporting KC side.
That pressure's already been there. Oakland hasn't really had much going forward. But that could all change with a counter here after this turnover. Enriquez, Mumba. Still Mumba, now Amarikwa. Back for Mumba. Kuich shields him away and clears. Still at halftime in the other games, scoreless in the one that matters most, LA and Orange County.
And if you're the Oakland Roots, you want Quincy Amarikwa to be in and around that box, not drift wide to that left flank that he's done quite often in this second half. There's no one really crashing the box there if Mumba is able to get away to play a ball too. So if you're Coach Farrell, maybe talk to some of your players, get Quincy Amarikwa in and around that box. He is your striker. He's there to score goals. And there's no one to play to in that 6-yard box. There's not going to be any trouble there for McIntosh.
Kuich struggling to walk this off after he went down.
He's a big part of the Sporting KC2 side. Sits there in the middle. He's an anchor. Had a very good game tonight, Kuich. Connecting play, breaking up plays for this Oakland Roots side, not making it easy to play in between. Coach Nagamura has to be happy with his center defensive mids performance 69 minutes into this one.
Looking at the numbers out of Los Angeles, 9 shots, 3 on target for Galaxy, 5 shots, none on target for Orange County. The Galaxy have 55% of the possession, so obviously we're watching this game, we're calling this game, so don't know what it looks like to the eye test, but just looking at the numbers, it seems like LA has been the team on the front foot in that game. Just one goal for LA at this point would knock Oakland out for the time being. LA win puts them in, simple as that. If LA were to tie or lose, they would have also needed Oakland to tie or lose, and they would also need Tacoma to tie or lose. And right now, Oakland winning, Tacoma winning, so Galaxy have to also win if they want to get in themselves. In the 70th minute, at Laney. Still the goal from the 2nd minute by Chuy Enriquez holding up. In 2022, Oakland Roots memberships are now available. Become a Roots member for next season and receive special benefits like discounts on merchandise and early entry on game days. Visit oaklandrootssc.com/tickets for more info. Well read by Diaz. Here's Enriquez. Diaz continues to run. Cheeky little flick on by Enriquez to get it into Diaz's path. And it's cleared out for a throw-in right next to the corner flag. And Kuich is going back down. He tried to continue, but his night might be done as well as he goes back to the ground for a 2nd time. Kuich, the 22-year-old from Croatia, rose through the ranks of Dinamo Zagreb in their youth academy. He's been a fixture for SKC the last couple of seasons. Rep Croatia at the U16 and U19 levels. Again, this team not comprised by as many teenagers as some of the other MLS affiliates. A lot of early 20-year-olds like a Kuich at 22. Or maybe ready to make that next step into MLS. Second time that Kuich went down, but second time that he's going to trot back out there as soon as he's waved on. Gave the thumbs up. Looks okay to go. He wants to get back out there as quickly as he can. A wry smile from the 4th official who has to hold him back. Enriquez taken down cleanly. LaFleur wins it, but gives it right back. Fisore. Now Diaz. LaFleur again. Kai Green just goes all the way back to Blanchette. Still at half in the other games. Still without a shot on target, Sporting Kansas City. Just 3 shots in all. They actually credited that chance, if you want to call it that, from Mushagalusa as a cross. So officially, not even a shot registered in the 2nd half for SKC. Seems like a nervous energy through the crowd right now. They're still singing, they're still banging the drum, they're still ringing the bells. But they know what's at hand here, and that one goal allowed would undo it. News out of LA with a goal there might derail it. But you know that if Oakland wins and they stay around as they're going to watch the LAOC game, that if OC gives them the result they need, they are going to party in Oakland tonight. So all of that nervous energy will be channeled into positive energy.
And you need to get more of an attack going. It's been a little bit too stagnant, too casual in the buildup for this Oakland Roots squad. Hernandez needs to wake up a little bit more, be a little bit more available. His relationship between him and Amarikwa is going to be the difference in this last 17 minutes of this one. You want to get those two on the same page as your number 9 and your number 10. You want Mumba to be a little bit more active. Hasn't had the impact that he wants since coming on. Likes to go 1v1 out players, crafty left-footed players. Your best way to kill this game is to get another goal. You do not want to invite pressure.
Mumba. Nane. Here's Clementa. Now Clementa's out of position. If SKC can turn it around, but Clementa gets back in the way of it and slows down what could have been a counter. Quarter hour remains plus stoppage time here at Laney. With Ricky Lopez-Espen, I'm Joe Malfa. Glad to have you with us tonight on ESPN Plus and locally in the Bay Area on Coffee TV 20. As it stands, the Roots would be in the playoffs. They must win, and LA Galaxy cannot win to get them there. Enriquez to Mumba. Foul against the Roots. Cisneros clipped from behind by Fasore. Change on the way here. And Van de Venter entering the match for SKC. And that'll be it for Petr Kuic. Kuic, another strong shift. Such a tough defensive midfielder to try and break down the backbone of this team for SKC. 25th start of the season. And that'll do it, obviously, for him on the season. Fasore, out wide for Enriquez. His goal still holding up 74 minutes later. Now Hernandez to the end line, put in front. Enriquez tried to keep it alive. Now the other way, it's Mushagalusa. Enoch Mushagalusa, a little jersey tug there from Diaz. I think he's going to gladly accept the yellow card here, knowing fully well what he did, and knowing that it might have been necessary. If he gets away without a yellow card here, consider himself lucky.
That's surprising. It's not a yellow card. It's a last-ditch defending there from Diaz, and Mushagalusa just skips by him. He has so much space to run in, play a ball, dribble through players. You can see the explosiveness from the number 77. It's very surprising, and Diaz has to consider himself very lucky not to pick up a yellow card there.
Second halves have begun elsewhere in the Pacific Division. 1-0 Tacoma, 0-0 between LA Galaxy and Orange County. 13 to go here. Barbier sends it along to the floor. SKC has really just dominated possession in the second half to the tune of 66% so far. But Ricky, how much of that has been in their own defensive half of the field? They still are without a shot or a shot on target in this second half. Actually, still without a shot on target on the game and no shots period in the second half.
And they've had a lot of the ball in this second half, but it's like you said, it's all been in their own half. And that's okay if you're Oakland Roots. But with that being said, you do not want to get complacent and think, oh, they have the ball up away from our goal, it's not a problem, and lose track of your marker, lose track of Mushagalusa, Cisneros. These guys will make you pay. Their movement is very good. They're very sneaky in the spots that they pop up in. So look for Clementa, look for Green to keep that focus within that defensive unit of this Oakland Roots squad.
Maybe here, some fresh legs to try and get that second goal. Jeremy Bokila enters for Quincy Amarikwa. He scored the game-winning penalty kick in stoppage time of the second half against San Diego on Sunday. He's the hero right now for the Roots, and he can cement that status even further if he were to get a second goal to maybe put this one to bed.
And Amarikwa had a very good shift, especially in that first half, making runs in behind, making life miserable for the Sporting KC2 back line. But look for Bokila to stay between those two center backs of Sporting KC, occupy that space, which allows a lot more space for Jose Hernandez to come in beneath and be that creative player like he is, and have a focal point like Bokila to play off of. Will be able to release some of that pressure that Sporting KC is putting on Oakland Roots. And again, I think an Oakland Roots player is very lucky not to pick up a yellow card. You see Rod, he's not happy with the decision. See Nane just coming through the back of Rod.
Barbier steps up, wins it. Here's Mushagalusa. Sent out wide to Caden Pierre. Pierre cuts in, has options in the box if he can get a cross off. Now it's sent in, nodded down and cleared away. Barbier again. Here's Bokila in space. All alone, flag stays down. Bokila touched it too far out in front. Looking down at himself, at his feet, wondering what went wrong. The crowd is wondering the same thing. Seemed like it opened up perfectly to put it away at 2-0. Now the other way, SKC.
Really big opportunity missed there from Bokila. It's a 1v1 with McIntosh, but again, McIntosh is just so quick off his line to close any angle off. But you want a player like Bokila to find that back of the net, have a shot at least, but his touch just takes him too long, too far. You can see just such a long second touch, and such an opportunity that goes to waste for the Oakland Roots to put this game to bed.
On second look, that wasn't too far off from being a handball on McIntosh, just outside the area. But that is a very tough snap judgment call to make in the moment. We're talking millimeters difference there. Yellow card now to Bokila behind the plate. Put him on the table. Remember, it's a Roots team without Tarek Murad today. Picked up the red card in the last few minutes of the game against San Diego over the weekend, last Sunday.
I'm gonna leave him my jacket.
He's one of the go-to defensive players that they would like to bring in to see a game through to the end when defending a lead. So might they miss his presence today? They didn't miss it on Sunday after he got the red card. That's when they went ahead and scored the goal. 8 minutes plus added time still to go here. It's still scoreless in Los Angeles between Galaxy and Orange County. And it's still 1-0 Tacoma in Phoenix. Joey Enriquez still has the goal. That could put the Roots in the playoffs, pending the results elsewhere. Mushagalusa dropping very deep to try and get involved here. Haven't really been able to get him the ball in space tonight, SKC.
And that's where he's so dangerous, running at players in the offensive third with a lot of space. Give credit to Diaz, shutting him down, not giving him any confidence, not getting him able to get in a rhythm into this match. He's had a very tough match, Mushagalusa, to make an imprint like he would want.
Blanchette, heavy collision. Foul goes against SKC. Bunbury barreling through.
And it's a ball over the top. And if you're Bunbury, you got to stop your run, make it a little a loop around the goalkeeper. You know, you can see how painful it is, the reaction of both players when bumping into each other. Hopefully they're both okay. You never want to see that. Those are a very dangerous play in the game of football.
Blanchette, not in any hurry to get up as well. I had this conversation last week on the broadcast when Oakland played San Diego. Of course, any time that is spent on the ground right now is supposed to be added, but you and I know well that across the globe, not just in USL, but across the globe, doesn't ever seem that stoppage time actually matches how much time was killed off. Maybe in a game like this, you have about 8 minutes where you had stoppage, but still 4 or 5 will be shown. So it still helps each team to take as much time as you can. Another change on the way here for SKC. That's it for Bunbury. Entering Zion Long.
The physical number 9 Long is. Clement and Green are going to have their hands full for the last 5+ minutes of this one. He's a really good target forward, likes to play off of him.
Again, this season high attendance crowd of over 5,500. Just a few minutes away from shifting their attention from Laney to Los Angeles. We're told there are plans from the Roots, if they were to go on to win tonight, to get the feed of that game up on the video board, allow the fans to remain in the stadium, to allow them a proper chance to possibly celebrate. Shot here is over the bar. There's the first shot of the second half from SKC. Still with that one on target, but just making things more and more nervous for the Roots fans. Chet drives it. Okila almost got ahead to it. Instead, it's the other way. Roger Smith trying to get to it. Out for an Oakland throw. Tampa Bay up 2-1 on Las Vegas. They're a few minutes away from clinching the #1 overall seed in the playoffs. Johnny Rodriguez getting set to check in for the Roots. Will be another offensive-minded change. After bringing in Bokila. It seems like it's only Rodriguez getting set to come in, which means 2 subs would go unused tonight from the Roots. 5 subs, 3 windows. This would be the 3rd window. We've had this conversation with Jordan Farrell a couple times this year, where he's not always going to use 5 subs. He was quick to remind us that, look, 16 months ago, it was still 3 subs customary in this sport. Enriquez chipped inside, shouts for handball. Don't think it did. I think it hit the midsection of the defender.
And again, it's a wasteful opportunity for the Oakland Roots. You have Bokila, you have Mumba on that left side. It's a really last-ditch defending there from Barbier to keep this game intact at a 1-0 deficit for his Sporting KC squad.
Chuy Enriquez exits. Johnny Rodriguez enters. Chuy Enriquez had the goal tonight for the Roots. He's greeted to a standing ovation as he leaves the field.
A really important 2+ minutes here for Rodriguez. He needs to be very energetic, make it extremely hard for the Sporting KC2 side to play out of the back. Give this back line a nightmare. Be a pest, run around at dead balls. He has a nose to find. You can see him here getting inside the box that was missing for this Oakland Roots squad. He has a nose to get into dangerous positions, to pop up when least expected. So look for Johnny Rodriguez to make an impact, even though it's only 2 minutes left in this game.
Out for a corner now. At the hour mark, elsewhere in the division, still scoreless in Los Angeles. Hernandez. I'd like to have that one back. Now in the 90th minute at Laney. Mushagalusa with Zion Long. Still Mushagalusa. Now Isaiah LaFleur. Pivots past Rodriguez. LaFleur couldn't get by Green. Okila just held up there by Barbier.
So good from Bukila. That's what you need as a number 9, to be that pivot, to hold on defenders, to bring players in, and he draws a foul that takes some time off the clock.
6 minutes of added time. Brought to you by Nation's Giant Hamburgers. Hungry for a hamburger? Don't settle for a nothing burger. Go for a Nation's Giant Hamburger. The East Bay's favorite since 1952. Really fresh, a little hard to hold. Totally awesome. Keep it real. Make it Nation's. Just over 5 minutes now for the Roots. And then, again, the attention shifts to Los Angeles. Once this game is done and we go off the air, stick around on ESPN Plus, go find that LA game and see that one to its conclusion. See exactly how the playoffs shake out here in the Pacific Division. Wouldn't have it any other way as a neutral. Going to come down to the last second. I'll tell you what, Phoenix and Tacoma kicked off the second half 3 minutes before LA and Orange County did. So depending on how stoppage time shakes out in those games, the last game going on by itself will be LA and Orange County. Nothing else going on around the league for at least those 3 or 4 minutes. So everybody, no excuse not to be tuned into that game for the last couple minutes to see how things shake out. Heavy tackle by Ward, but a clean one to win it.
And he had to get that right, didn't he, Ward? Came in rather viciously, but he gets all ball. Really well-timed tackle there from the left back.
And then Nane was fouled behind the plate. 4 minutes to go of the 6 that were given. The way this game started for the Roots, a goal in the second minute. I don't know that anybody would have expected this to still be 1-0 in these late stages, but 1-0 would get the job done because of what it says in the top right corner of your screen there. As any tie in Orange County and LA, plus this Roots win, if it turns out to be a win, would get the Roots in, but still not done yet. Out wide here for Zion Long. Ty Green disrupts it. And Long loses it.
He's had such a good game, Green. Such a timely tackle. Has been terrific on the ball, making it a nightmare to play against. You can see the passion after winning that battle between him and Long. So good from the center back of the Oakland Roots.
No foul called there on Rodriguez. If there was no foul, it should have been a handball. He grabbed the ball as he went down. And now Mumba commits the foul
that should be
across
a yellow
midfield.
card.
This time it will be. Earlier in the match, you had that one from Memo Diaz that he probably got away with a tactical foul yellow card, but this time Mumba does not get away with it. It's also still scoreless between Sacramento and San Diego. San Diego still had a chance to go ahead and get the number 2 overall seed with a win and an Orange County loss. Orange County loss would put Oakland out, so Oakland fans really don't care about whether or not San Diego gets the 2nd seed at this stage. Sent into the area. Blanchette is there to pull it off the head of Kai Green. He took quite the spill there as well. Under 2 to go of the 6 that were given. And then the person with the most important job at this venue is whoever's in charge of punching up the LA Orange County game on the video board, because fans will be restless wanting to see that one put up immediately. Cisneros out for LaFleur, deflected by Rodriguez. Final minute of added time. At this point, it's either going to be elation or heartbreak for the Roots.
And there was a lot of emotion in this last minute for the Roots, but you have to stay disciplined. You do not want to pick up a silly foul in and around that penalty area. Give this Sporting KC a chance to put the ball in a dangerous area, maybe get a PK. So we have to be very, very disciplined and not play on emotion in these last couple seconds here.
No foul called there as Mumba went down. Here's Cisneros again. Nane cuts it off. Clean challenge. And a throw for the Roots. Clock ticking up to 96.
A little bit of, I don't know what's going on there from Clementa.
The fans think that's the final whistle, but it's not. It is a foul throw against the Roots. Possession goes to SKC. One last ball in. Cleared away. That's the final whistle. The Roots win it, and they've got a chance to make the playoffs now, depending on how things finish in Los Angeles, where it's currently 0-0 between Galaxy and Orange County with just under a half an hour to go.
It's a really well-professional win from the Oakland Roots. To score a goal that early and to keep a clean sheet, it's not an easy thing. It takes a lot of focus, a lot of discipline from Coach Frio and his boys. Sporting KC, tough day, was unable to get anything going offensively, never really troubled Blanchette, but there is a lot of things to be proud of and look forward to if you're a Sporting KC fan. Mushakalusa was a very, very good player. Look for him in the future. For Oakland Roots, now it's just a waiting game.
And a waiting game it is. They're going to try to get the game up on the video board here at Laney. The Roots did their part. Now they need Orange County to hold up their end of the bargain. We're back in a moment.
Community. It's not just a place. It's shared experiences and memories. It's feeling like you belong. It's home.
Here is Jack McInerney, still McInerney!
But community is more than where you come from. It's the sum of our collective actions. And if we work together, it's ours for generations. East Bay Community Energy. Join us in leading the transition to green power.
Ball over the top for Rodriguez, cut inside, back post, exclamation point.
Hey Roots fans, health insurance coverage is key to keeping you and your family healthy. Together with Anthem Blue Cross, we want to remind you that open enrollment begins November 1st. You may even qualify for coverage as low as $0 a month. To find out if you qualify, contact Health Markets, an Anthem agent with Spanish-speaking reps located right here in Oakland at 510-666-6233. Don't delay. Enroll with Anthem today.
Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem reminds you that open enrollment for healthcare coverage begins November 1st. To find out if you qualify for coverage as low as $0 a month, visit anthem.com/CA. And by user testing, real-time feedback from real customers wherever you work. No, we're not changing the channel on you. You are looking at the video board at Laney. They were prepared to do it. They did it. So the fans now watching with bated breath as LA and Orange County are scoreless in the 68th minute. The players and coaches for the Roots all lingering on the field, all watching together now. We're going to take a look at the highlights from this 1-0 win for the Oakland Roots. They did their part. Now they all watch the video board to see if Orange County can do their thing. Full-time highlights are brought to you by Anthem.
And it started off really, really well from the Oakland Roots. It's a great ball from Nane. And Enriquez just pops up in the right place at the right time and puts that in the back of the net. The dream start, you think the floodgates are going to open for the Oakland Roots. In the second minute to get that start. What a start from Coach Farrell and the boys. 12 minutes later, you can see the vision of Jose Hernandez. It's not dealt with good enough from Musha Galusa, but in the end, it's a really good confidence save there from Kendall McIntosh to deny Diaz. And then Akeem Ward on this left side has a really good opportunity, but hits it straight at McIntosh. Again, a good, solid goalkeeping there. Diaz again cuts back into his left foot, trying to find that far post, but it goes just wide off of McIntosh's goal. And here, Jose Hernandez finds Akeem Ward, trying to zip that ball across that 6-yard box. And again, it's really well done there by the Sporting KC defender, Smith, Musha Galusha, trying to find that back post off target. There's not much going on for Sporting KC in the end. You can see Quincy Amarikwa trying his luck, trying to bend that ball in that far post. Off target again. Not much attacking firepower in this one after that second half. And here's a really good chance there from Bokila. Just that far touch right there. McIntosh does very well to come off his line and kill the angle for the Oakland Roots striker. You would think it's a really big opportunity missed.
And again, here is the video board in Oakland. The players on the field, the fans in the stands all watching together. And now the biggest Orange County fans are the Oakland Roots fans and players. What a season it turned out to be for the Oakland Roots after being 1-8-3 in early August. A chance right now, if Orange County can do their thing in the next 20 minutes, for the Roots to get into the postseason. The season might not be done yet for Oakland, thanks to their 1-0 win tonight over Sporting Kansas City. And again, all season long, the Roots just continue to claw their way into things, and they're right here on the edge with a chance. My broadcast partner, Ricky Lopez, Espadon, Joe Malfa. Thanks for tuning in tonight on ESPN Plus and locally on Coffee TV 20. Head over on ESPN Plus to that LA Galaxy game against Orange County and make like the Oakland Roots fans, players, and coaches to tune in and see if they get into the postseason. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.